This is the late night news on Ndtv-Hindu and I'm Evelyn Matthew. Let's get you our top stories that we're tracking this hour. The Chief Minister's bargain holds good. Union Cabinet approves the formulation of Legislative Council in Tamil Nadu. After the fake drugs scam, it's the food scam that's rocking the State Assembly. Probe ordered on alleged repacking and selling of expired food. It's a scam. Ndtv-Hindu exposes the different disguises of land grabbers. Lecturers are an angry lot, not because answers are bad, but because students are using SMS language for most words. A 13-year-old girl denied admission despite scoring 98% only because she was blind. Ndtv-Hindu takes up Priya's cause. A magic waste bin that can make your waste useful. And look who is training actor Surya for his big Bollywood debut.
Joe also helped him?
Joe, yes, but most of the time, no, laughed at each other with our pronunciations.
Well, his minister may be in the eye of the storm, but DMK chief Karunanidhi can still manage to not just let him survive, but also show his clout in Delhi. A day after the Tamil Nadu chief minister met with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh in the capital, the Union Cabinet has approved the revival of the Legislative Council in Tamil Nadu. The cabinet meeting was called soon after Karunanidhi met Prime Minister yesterday, seeking an immediate nod from the centre on the issue. With the cabinet nod for the revival of the Legislative Council, it will now be tabled in the Lok Sabha. Once both houses approve, it will need a final nod from the President. Now, here's the most interesting aspect: the speed with which the Chief Minister has pursued the revival of the upper house. Speculations are rife on whether he wants to call for early assembly polls, because an upper house, according to political pundits, will mean an arithmetic advantage for the ruling DMK. And Arunachalam Vaidyanathan, chief legal correspondent with NDTV 24/7, joined us over the phone line. He covered this meeting. These are the details he gave us.
Legislative Council was abolished by MGR in 1986. After that, Karunanidhi took a vow that he would revive the assembly. In fact, in 2006 elections also he made as one of the poll promises. So now the elections to the assembly would be there by next May. So he wants to revive that before that. He wants to fulfill the promise. That's why when he met the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi yesterday, he wanted this resolution which was passed by the assembly last month should be taken up. It should be approved. So once the cabinet approves it, it probably likely to go to the Lok Sabha tomorrow. Then after its approval, it will go to Rajya Sabha. As you rightly said, President will give her accent. After the accent, probably within 3 months, when the President gives the nod, the whole Legislative Council should be in place. So there is a buzz in Delhi that why the Chief Minister is doing this. Maybe there may be reason that he wants to have the assembly elections preponed, which is supposed to be in May, maybe held in November or December. But some DMK sources told NDTV that there are chances that the election may be held in January also. There are two things. One, December schools will be closed. It's a cooler period. In January also cooler period, a good auspicious month also. Then maybe Karunanidhi may be thinking that lines. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. But as for the election commission is concerned, anyway, they will be holding elections for Bihar in October. In case Tamil Nadu wants elections and the assembly is dissolved, they can hold it probably in November. The election commission all ready and set to get the elections in Tamil Nadu.
In news from the state, NDTV-Hindu brought reports on how fake drugs are spread in the market, which led to a discussion in the assembly. And now it's not just drugs, but even food that might be just expired. From water to chips to biscuits, and even provisions are allegedly being repacked after its expiry and sold as fresh. The issue rocked the assembly today. A probe has been ordered, but is that enough? NDTV-Hindu's Shabir Ahmed reports that the probe could open a can of worms.
Even as furor over the spurious drug scam refuses to die down, yet another racket has shocked the city. This time, it's about expired food items sold in our city markets. From toothpaste to basmati rice, expired essential commodities sneak into our daily lives thanks to this racket. The opposition is crying foul, stating that it is a direct threat to the lives of innocent civilians.
மக்களுடைய உயிருக்கே உழைக்கக்கூடிய இந்த காரியங்கள் நடக்கிறத அரசாங்கம் தனித்த கவனம் எடுத்து செய்வதற்கான முன்முயற்சிகளை இந்த துறைகள் மூலமாக மேற்கொள்ளணும்ங்கறத வலியுறுத்தும். மெடிசன் Because like that, now even regarding the food also, this kind of food alterations have been done even in a mass angle, and then they are actually selling to the innocent people. Therefore, the government should be very vigilant. They must take very severe action.
The food items, toothpastes and cosmetics are reprocessed with brand new labels. Manufacturing and expiry date seals are changed and then pushed back for sale into local supermarkets and shops. To add to the problems, the government is suffering from an acute shortage of food inspectors, and the lack of stringent laws has given the violators a free hand. Now, waking up to this alarming revelation, the government says it will tighten the noose.
அதை கடத்தி சென்று ரீபேக் செய்வதன் போது கடுமையான சட்டத்தை அவர்கள் மீது நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கும்.
Now the government has decided to launch a major crackdown across the state as they suspect that there may be similar rackets in other districts as well. In Chennai, with camera person Madan, Shabir Ahmed for Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, frauds are of different kinds, and like robbers, even land grabbers are taking disguises. Even land meant for the poor is being illegally usurped. The irony is the land is being grabbed on the pretext of helping the disadvantaged, but often sold to builders for commercial purposes. Simonish reports.
This piece of land a few days back was the scene of an eviction by the police after residents of the area filed a complaint. The land meant for community purposes was illegally grabbed by representatives of the ruling party. But underlying the battle for any piece of land, there are class interests, with the downtrodden being used as an alibi to further individual interests.
இந்த ஊரில் கிட்டத்தட்ட 50லேருந்து 60 வருஷமாக இருக்கிறவங்க, அதுவும் கிட்டத்தட்ட இடம் இல்லாத இருக்கிறவங்க, ஊர் பொதுமக்களாக சேர்ந்து தான் அதை வந்து ஆக்கிரமிப்பு கூட பண்ணல. ஸோ அந்த இடம் வேணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு கோரிக்கை கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதில் வந்து கொஞ்சம் அசோசியேஷன் தலையீடு இருக்குது. அவங்க வந்து தவறான தகவல் கொடுத்து எங்களை வந்து முடக்கிறதுக்கான ஒரு வாய்ப்பை உண்டு பண்ணியிருக்காங்க.
The Adi Dravida community have often been used as pawns in the lucrative money-drenched business of real estate, with many land grabs being done in their name. Ndtv-Hindu had exposed this class distinction when it came to land grabbing, with many traditional landholders being stripped off what was legitimately theirs.
இது வந்து நியாயமா? எப்படி நியாயம்? இன்னைக்கே நான் இந்த இடத்துல வந்து நான் உழுந்து சாப்பாடு சாப்பிட்டு விவசாயம் பண்ண இடம் நான். எங்கள் அப்பா நானும் வந்து நான் தான் பெரிய பையனை. எங்கள் அப்பா நானும் வந்து விவசாயம் பண்ண. எங்கள் அப்பா இறந்துட்டாரு. இப்போ எங்கள் அக்கா தங்கச்சிக்கெல்லாம் நான் அந்த சொத்தை நான் கொடுக்கணும். எப்படி நான் கொடுக்க முடியும்?
In fact, with swaths of vacant land up for grabs in the suburbs, the local panchayats often find themselves being swayed by vested interests.
The political ruling party. So actually we cannot do helpless.
Yes.
What is the problem?
Is there any kind of pressure on you to use this land for any particular purpose, either from the builder or from local politicians?
No, that is not any pressure actually. But we 2-3 times we complained to collectorate also to give the land for the public purpose and all. But the work has been very slow.
In this case, the residents don't want a piece of land right next to their houses, grabbed by goons, flashing their political affiliations openly.
Chennai is one of the fastest growing cities in India, and this land in and around Porur has become one of the most valued properties in the city. In fact, a property hotspot. So much is the fight for residential property here that even Parombok land, the land which is meant for the downtrodden and for community purposes, has become a battleground for vested interests. With camera person Lucas, this is Simonish for Ndtv-Hindu.
Still ahead on the late night news, SMS language in answer sheets teachers. More on that in just a moment.